Hello, 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 and welcome to Women's Wisdom Wednesdays, where we come together every Wednesday to empower women just like you, foster connections, and thrive on our journey of surviving womanhood. I'm Casey Conrad, well-being specialist and whole life coach, and I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity to continue sharing inspirational stories like the one we'll hear today and providing support to women over 40. Your engagement and support have made this journey possible, and I look forward to bringing you more empowering content. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. Her name is Mai Hussein, and she has an incredible story to share. But before we introduce her, let's take a moment to address you, our amazing audience. We want to remind you to visit our website at www.survivingwomanhood.com, where you can find valuable resources, connect with like-minded women, and stay updated on our upcoming episodes, webinars, and workshops. We encourage you to actively participate by asking questions, adding comments, and if you have a story to share, we'd love to hear it. This is a safe space for us to learn and grow together. We'd also like to ask you to share your favorite episodes. You never know who out there needs to hear these inspiring stories. Now, let's meet Mai. She's an energy healer, Enneagram coach, and emotional freedom technique practitioner with a background in architecture. Beginning her career in architecture in 1990, Mai experienced a profound shift in 2011, transitioning to the holistic field. This pivotal change marked the beginning of her life's purpose: to help as many people as possible live happier lives, discover their potential, and face challenges with love, care, and faith. Mai is dedicated to guiding individuals on their journey to healing from within. Mai, I'm privileged to have you here today. I'm sure your story will serve as an inspiration to many. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Casey. And an honor, actually, to have me here.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, I'm so grateful to
Thank you, as am I. So let's get started. Please share with us the story of how this life shift and transition happened and what challenges you faced throughout.
Okay, my story begins in 2000. I'm an architect, as Casey said before. As per the shift, it happened with no planning, but it was an intention in 2011 to be more useful to people around me, either my family, my close friends, and to spread something useful that I didn't know at that time. What is it? So I tried to, at the 2011, it was the revolution year in January. And that was the time of inspiration. And it was like a phase and era of awareness and inspiration, and in Egypt especially, and in Middle East. So I've never ever heard about something called energy healing before, because in our in Middle East, energy healing was not as known science at that time. And at that time, I was an architect. I love to work as an interior designer. I take the homes to finish it, and renew it or make it from scratch and rebuild it. I'd love to make it like so a happy home for the whoever asked me to. And I was enjoying at that time this, but in this era, I felt that I want to be more like useful to people. I don't know what to do, but I asked God, actually. I need in my prayers, I need to be more useful. I need to know my purpose in life. Everyone is here on earth to do something special. And I didn't know at that time what's special to do to help more people. I don't know how but at that time I was working with my colleague and friend, lifetime friend, Manal Hilal, and we were working as an interior designers. And it was by chance her son was in a physics lesson, and he heard about quantum physics and how quantum physics can heal bones. And he had an accident a while ago, before, like 5 years before that time. And he was had an elbow broken and made an operation. And after 3 months, they removed the cast, and to find that the bone was not healed right, that he couldn't touch his shoulder. So he kept like doing physiotherapy and all this therapies. Then the doctor said, look, you have to break it again and do the operation again.
Oh, my stars.
So, yeah, so his mom said, no, I would not do this. Halas, this is it, and we will live with it. And when he heard about the quantum energy and quantum energy can heal bones, he went to his teacher and he asked her, and what's this? Do you know anyone that can heal my hand? So, and my elbow? She said, yes, there was a energy healer doctor, and he's a medicine doctor, actually. He's a gynecologist in origin, but he has been at that time 25 years left his career as a doctor, and he is a pranic healer and very, very famous one. So he said, okay. His mother took him for 9 sessions and an x-ray before and after. And surprisingly, the bone returned to its place 85% with 9 sessions.
Wow.
And
Wow.
now he's living his life, and it's not an issue anymore. At that time, Manal told me, oh, look, I found something that I couldn't believe. We're architects. We have like very practical mindset, and 1 + 1 = 2. But when energy heals bones, it's wow. This is focus, that time.
Yeah. Yes, I know people have that impression, don't they?
Yeah, till now, actually, there are people,
Yes.
they have, but the awareness is there, which is very, very nice to know about. But at that time, we decided to go and have and learn how to be pranic healers and what's this and how can we do it. And at that time, we learned from our mentor, Dr. Khaled Shaib, and it was like an opening to another way of life. It's like, wow, what's this? Everyone around us, Taban, they was not like believing in such thing, but we believed by evidence that when we started after a year of taking all the modules of the pranic healing. And when you go to this holistic world, everything opens. You not only pranic healing, we find the biogeometry by Dr. Ibrahim Karim, the homeopathy. We learned about how thoughts and words are so powerful that it affects your body and energy
Yes.
and everything.
Yep.
And I learned about like Enneagram types of personalities, and it was like another opening, because um, at that time, people around you, you can't like accept very, very much the attitudes and things. I remember when we were in the session and they're teaching us the types. Oh, this is mom, this is dad, this is my husband, that's why they say so, and they feel it in another way. It's an opening. It's really a nice science to learn.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And then this is the story how I went through this energy field.
That's wonderful. That's a wonderful story. And what an inspiration. The story of your friend's son it was quite an inspiration to move you in that direction. I think,
Yeah, I thought this is my prayers. Maybe this that God really heard me, that I really, from the deep of my heart, I need something, but I don't
yes.
know what is it. I have no idea. Do I go learn about psychology? Do I go learn about nursing? Do I go learn about what? You know?
Yeah, I think
So
it's kind of amazing how when we actually ask the questions, the answers are given to us. When we are sincerely asking,
yes,
uh,
sincerely is the right word. Yeah.
yeah, and then the answers come. And it's very important, I think, and I sometimes people lose this part of it, to pay attention, because our
Yes.
our answers come in subtle ways generally, unless we don't pay attention. And when we don't pay attention, they come in much stronger ways.
Yeah, it's like, everything. I don't believe in chance. I believe that everything happens for a reason. And everyone you meet in your life, every event happen in your life, every single thing, it's either a lesson to learn or teach you something, or so you have to be like very open vision to understand the message.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%. I 100%
yeah,
agree with that.
yeah,
I want to talk a little bit about one of the modalities that you practice, emotional freedom technique, which is one I'm very familiar with. And people who know me know that I actually, when I was in the UAE, I would teach emotional freedom technique, which we call lovingly EFT. And some
yeah,
people know it as tapping, right? And I know
yeah.
that that's something that you do with your clients. Today, I would like for us to talk about, to share with our audience, what is emotional freedom technique, how amazing it is, and your story of how you've used it. So my next question for you is, can you explain in detail what an emotional freedom technique practitioner is, and what does your role contain? Like, what do you do in your role? And so, what are some of the other healing techniques that you use to promote well-being in your clients? And how do you decide which ones of these techniques do you use?
Sure. Very good question. Actually, I am a pranic healer by geometry and Enneagram. This was my way of healing my clients. So, emotional freedom technique, it's just recent. I learned about emotional freedom technique from my mentor, the Egyptian one. She's very, very famous, Mirat Sukari. And it was another opening,
Yes.
So, yeah, pranic healing, I used to practice pranic healing, and with the biogeometry, I combined them together, and I have my own way of healing, so that it was very, very efficient. But sometimes I am affected with the negativity that I'm, through the clients, even though I do protection for myself and everything, but it hurts me a little bit. Sometimes the negative, when it's too much, it affects me a lot. So I try to look for something that I want to heal people also. I want to come back to this because I dropped a year. My mother was sick and I couldn't, practice at this year. Then I found this EFT in my, in my path. So from the beginning of when I started learning, even before practicing, I found that EFT is changing my way of addressing things, personally, on my personal level. And it opens a way. And one of the opening is me and you now together. It's, I found it like without going, I don't know, it came like this. So every day I have a surprise, like a very nice surprise to tell me, Mai, come back to this. EFT is very safe technique. It's emotional freedom technique. It represents that every one of us has emotions coming through during either traumas, either limiting belief, or something happened and he doesn't know, or she doesn't know about, even that it's affecting him personally and affecting his way of life, his way of living, making him stuck or something like this. So there's 8 points that accumulate the blockages of these emotions in our body. And these 8 points are the acupuncture points. So when we go to acupuncture, we have these needles all over these points to just make the energy flow in the meridians, which is the meridians is the path of energy in the body. So simply when we tap on these points, we find that we release a lot of blockages from this point. And when we tap, the nice thing that we address an issue at the beginning with the client, I ask the client, which issue do you want to, either it's physical or maybe it's emotional, or maybe it's a limiting belief like guilt, fear, or any issue that he wants to work on or she wants to work on. And we start by making a phrase, okay, making a phrase, and we grade this issue from 1 to 10. Is it too annoying? Is it too disturbing? Is it too hurting if it's physical? And we start the session by tapping that even though we have maybe, for example, guilt, for example, okay? Even though I feel guilty in my life for some reason that I don't know, okay? Or I know. So I start like tapping with the 4 fingers in the down here, in the small finger, under the small finger in the, they say the karate or the side hand area. So we start this and we say we address the issue, even though we are, I am feeling guilty for so and so, I accept, but I accept and I love myself completely. Why are we doing this? It's just we're talking to our subconscious mind at that time, because subconscious mind is a very strong. We are here all we're going through our lives with our subconscious, and our conscious is just a limited percentage of our life. So
Right.
the subconscious mind, we can reprogram, like the computer when it has a lot of viruses, and we like format it from the
Great
beginning.
analogy. Yes, that's a great analogy.
We remove everything and we can put it again. So we can do this with the subconscious mind, which is very nice, and it's easy also. So and then we address we started with the points that accumulate the blockages. It's 8 points, main 8 points.
Hey, Mai, why don't you do this? Why don't you just go through a full round using that guilt? And then people
why don't you do it with me?
Okay.
Let's do it with me. Let's do it together.
Okay, so are we going to use guilt?
Okay, we use guilt. So
okay.
So we do it together, although I'm guilty for some reason, or I feel guilty for some reason, and that which make me stuck somehow. I love and I accept myself completely. So we keep saying it again, although I am feeling guilty and makes me stuck. I love and accept myself completely. Okay, and then we start with the 2 fingers in the eyebrow, beginning of the eyebrow here. So feeling guilty, guilt, this guilt. And then on the side eye, this guilt, this guilt, this guilt. Under the eye, in this bone, there is a bone under the eye. So we keep tapping and saying guilt, this guilt, this guilt. Between the nose and the upper lip, this guilt, this guilt, this guilt. And on the chin, on the middle of the chin, in the under the lip, there is a space like inside. We do guilt and this guilt and this guilt. You know the K2 points, you have the bones here, and then you go like diagonal. There is 2 points that when you tap, it hurts a little bit. It's going to, these are the points. So you say guilt, guilt, and this guilt. Under the arm, you go like 4 hands like this, and there is a bone. So, and you tap guilt, guilt, and this guilt. And then over the top of the head, this guilt, guilt, and guilt. We skipped something very important. We have to grade the feeling of the guilt from 1 to 10. Okay, so how do you feel the guilt from 1 to 10? Is it 10? So it's maximum, or it's near the 1, so it's not that much. So we have to grade it. So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 10?
If you're asking me, I'm going to tell you I'm not feeling much guilt right now, so it would be
okay.
It would
We
be
can
very
fake
low.
it. Maybe
and you did actually address that a little bit, where you said we'd use this scale, you know, and if we want it to be as high as possible when we start, right? You want that emotion to be as high as possible, so at times
it could be a 10 or 8 or 7 or whatever. So after like 2 rounds from these, we make another round, and then we ask again the client, how can you feel it? And we take a deep breath, like deep breath, you know how to take the breath. We take it from the nose, okay? And we fill our system with the breath. So we blow our tummy, put your hands on your tummy, and take the breath in like 3 counts at the beginning, then keep it inside for 3 counts, then blow it from your mouth, And I do something, I put some of the pranic healing and the biogeometry inside. I do this with a light. So you breathe with white light and take it inside, release all the negativity that you're feeling about the issue, which is the guilt, and then blow it with a gray color, coming with all the guilt around. Then I ask the client, what's the scale now? Usually it comes down. Sometimes it's the client is, if the client is so stubborn that he don't believe that this, he will say, no, it's the same. So we do another 2 rounds and then we scale it again and we do the same. But actually it makes a lot of difference when when you work on it sometimes. And while you're working on the rounds, the client could remember something from his past life or from his, past. And he can, it's fully, free to share it with me as a practitioner or not. But tell me that something is there. I remember. So which age was it? How can you feel it in your body? Does it have a color? Does it have a, where can you feel it in your chest, in your heart, in your throat? Where can you feel it? And does it have a color? So we work on the color and the feeling, and it releases. And it's really amazing, the EFT.
I think it's such a wonderful and such a simple technique, and people can do it even on their own. I'm going to guess you also teach your clients to do this when they're on their own as well, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. I think you're frozen a little bit. There you are.
Keep it on.
Oh,
is it here?
There you go. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I used to tell the client to tap, to keep tapping whenever they find themselves, even not this issue, themselves like down or they need to anything. Just keep tapping, and you can make it silent tapping without saying.
It's a wonderful self-care tool.
Yeah. It will work also. Yeah.
And also, I just want to mention that it's not unusual for people to have some emotional release, like tears or, sometimes laughter, where they're having some kind of emotional release. And it's it's an amazing technique. And I think they should teach it to kids in school, to be honest. I've spoken to some people about that. Teaching tapping to kids in school.
Great. Yeah, it will be great. Yeah, I know.
Yes.
And because kids come in, it's very, very efficient with kids. And
yes, definitely. And it's much quicker with kids, right?
Yeah, because they don't have a lot, they have, they still have.
Yes. I love working with kids using tapping. One more thing. I would like to know, how do you decide all of these wonderful modalities that you do? And I hear that what you're saying is you kind of combine them. Is there a way that you choose which modalities you're going to use with each individual person? Like if somebody comes to you with a particular issue, how do you decide which of these techniques you're going to use with that client?
It's not a decision, as it comes by. Now I tell people if they want energy healing or EFT, okay, and we can do both together. Actually, I have some clients, they need both together. Energy healing, I can balance the thing that I do, or the technique that I do, that I through the chakras and measure the blockages in the chakras and release the negative and recharge the meridians, the auras. And then we start, if the person has a physical issue, we start to heal this physical issue step by step. Then we can work actually also by EFT. So it's more or less the client choice, whatever he or she wants to do. Either this or only EFT. Recently I'm seeing that EFT is more to the point, you know.
Mhm.
It goes, yeah, it's very easy technique, and it's fast, and it's safe for both practitioner and the client. So I really like it more, and like the rhythm of the session is quick, so the client can feel the difference quickly
Yes.
by herself, you know. She feels it at the moment. She feels there is a difference here. Sometimes some emotions come out, and maybe they cry or something, so they keep like tapping on these points, because these points are so powerful to relax the emotions, the
Yeah.
coming emotion. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. And thank you for the demonstration. I
Yeah.
just want to let everybody know that we are going to, at the end of the video, at the end of the session today, we are going to put all of Mai's contact information in the comment section. So be sure to look there. And also I will add a link to a place that will just show you a demonstration of just plain tapping. So you can try that at home on your own. So Mai, one question about all of these wonderful techniques you're doing. How can they specifically benefit women over 40?
Actually, they specifically benefit everyone on Earth. Okay. Yeah. Women on 40s, I think they have a lot of emotions and hormonal changes, so it makes them feel differently, and they need just to feel something and to believe in something, that God will never change people unless they change themselves. Unless everyone wants to change him or herself, they will change. Okay, so
Nice.
it's just they have to think like, what make me happy? What do I have to do to live happy? Is there a purpose in my life? Even the purpose, if simple purpose, that I want to live a nice life, a happy life with my family. I want to raise my kids in a decent way. I want to live happy. Okay, so they can definitely benefit from the healing by balancing their emotions and mental and physical level, on all levels: physical,
Lovely.
emotional, uh, mental, psychological. Because we,
Great.
in holistic healing, we always say that any disease, or any disease comes by, it's a symptom, but the main cause is psychological. So when we treat people in the holistic healing, whatever the holistic healing is, Reiki, pranic healing, EFT, anything, we go to the psychological aspect first. We remove it. So, for example, if I measure the chakras, and I have the solar chakra, which is in the stomach, and people are saying that we have a colon problem, we have ulcers or something, you definitely find this person has a worry issue. He worries too much. They worry too much. They have anxiety. So we go for the anxiety. We go to the root cause.
Very good.
So yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Mm.
Can you share some examples of some success stories that where people have significantly improved personal or professional lives especially in this age group of women over 40, who is our audience, and how has it helped them navigate these kind of midlife transitions, whether they're career changes or, as you said, women at this age are beginning to go through perimenopause and then older through menopause. And these life changes can be quite challenging for women in this age group. So do you have any stories that you can share with us of women who have had success using these techniques?
Yeah, I have maybe she was one of the first clients. She was a fantastic lady. She had lupus at that time, and she was a mother for two kids at that time, and she was not happy in her marriage at all. She had a very tough time at the time. That's why she got lupus. Okay. She got lupus because of her emotional and psychological way of life. After we made some good sessions, like maybe 5-6 sessions, I found she'd been changing a lot. After she was always at home, she doesn't want to see people. She's so depressed all the time, and she was so sensitive and creative person. She started by art lessons for kids. Then after that, she decided to raise her kids by herself and leave her marriage. And she went away, and she was not like very well off or something, but she went and she got a very small house, which was wonderful. And she started to make stories for kids in Arabic. And she started to write books, and she started to have prizes for her books, and she was amazing. Unfortunately, she passed away in the 2022 by the corona, the COVID. Yeah, but she was an amazing lady. I would never, forget her. She's a fighter. She's such a fighter and believer, and she was amazing.
Thank you.
But
that's a wonderful story. So the final question, reflecting on your journey and the work that you do as an energy healer, what is one piece of advice or key takeaway that you would like to convey with our audience?
Okay, that's a very deep question. But it's a very nice one also.
Thank you.
Everyone has, even if if someone doesn't know what's the purpose in life, because it's a very deep question, purpose in life. Just everyone has special in something. Everyone has a specialty in something. Maybe they could, and it couldn't be like known for this person, but everyone can do something good to this universe by far. We're here on Earth for a reason. So let's just enjoy the time, enjoy the moment, this moment. Drop the past. Okay, the past, I always say the past passed already. So when we think a lot that, oh, if I did this, oh, I could have done this and that, and so it will never get the past again. Okay, so, and the future, we never know the future is here, it's not yet here. So what we have now in hands is the now. So now, how can we do it the best moment ever in our life? How can we live it to the maximum? How can we check our potential in this moment to live happy, to live productive, to be satisfied by everything we have. This is the moment. So enjoy your moment. Wherever you are, enjoy your moment, and make sure that if you want to change anything, it will be changed. If you want to reach anything, it will be reached. It's not, it's not even, I can't doubt it that you can do it. It's easy. Just believe in yourself, believe in this moment, enjoy the moment, and do it.
Beautiful. And one, I said that was a final question, but another question just came to me. Can you share with our audience how you feel having made this transition from being basically in the corporate world of architecture to transitioning into this work in energy healing, into the holistic world? How do you feel
changed
about
my
that?
life. Actually, it changed my life to the best, I believe. I feel so grateful that I have the chance to learn about the holistic world, because it resonates a lot with my beliefs. It resonates a lot with my intention of helping people around. Whoever needs help in any way. Sometimes even clients come and go, and they don't do sessions. They just talk. They just brainstorm. So Enneagram helps in this a lot, because just I keep coaching them with their personality and the pros and cons in every person, and why do they do this, and how they have potential in something else, and to be like living in harmony. So I think this is the best thing happened to me in my life, that I went through this holistic world, because I can see things beyond. I can see things in another perspective than the practical, 1 + 1 = 2 and things. So
Yes.
sometimes, maybe sometimes my kids and my husband say, you have your own. But when they need me, they say, "Mama, we want sessions." So
I can 100% relate to that.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That is wonderful. And Mai, thank you so, so much. It has been very, very enlightening and very helpful to people. And I just want to take a moment to appreciate you for sharing your inspiring
Thank
journey
you.
with us. Your strength and your contribution are truly, truly remarkable. So
Thank you so much. Your words are so
you.
kind and so empowering
Thank
to
you.
me.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much. Thank you, dear.
Thank you. And if you've been touched by my story, we invite you to leave a comment, share your own stories, suggest future topics or guests, and actively engage with the surviving womanhood community. And please remember to mark your calendars and join us for our next Women's Wisdom Wednesdays episode on June 12th, when we'll have the privilege of welcoming Krista Watts, who will be sharing her inspiring story. Mai's journey serves as an inspiration to us all. Thank you again so much, Mai. It's
Thank
been
you so
wonderful
much.
meeting you and
Thank
learning
you.
about this. Yes. So if you want to catch up on any of our Women's Wisdom Wednesdays episode, any that you've missed, or if you want to replay them, please visit our website again at www.survivingwomanhood.com and click on podcasts. Mai, do you have anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Thank you, dear. Thank you. It was a pleasure having this conversation with you. Lovely.
Thank
I'm here
you.
always for anyone needs any help in any way.
Thank you very much. And again, Mai's information will be in the comments section below our video on Facebook, and we'll also add it to our Instagram page.
Thank you, Zia.
Together, let's face every challenge, rise above adversity, and support one another on our journey of surviving womanhood. See you next time. Thank you, Mai. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, and off we go. Thank you so much.
Yeah, how was it?
Okay.
Recording, I think.